If you think about it, our world is defined by design, since it changes the way we move, the way we receive information, the way we talk and connect. Thanks to design, we have achieved a more comfortable world, a more aesthetic world. But if design can change things in our reality, we wonder what else it could do for our future. We believe design can look into ethical problems, that it can help with, for example, the violation of human rights. And why I believe so, I want to take you 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I've met a group of human rights defenders, actually here in The Hague, very close to here. And I will never forget what one woman back then, what she told me. She was from Afghanistan and she told me, Bernhard, if I would tell anybody in my home country that I work on women's rights or that I'm gay, they most likely would kill me the day after. And being in the situation, thinking about my life, like, what can I do? I was 26, 25. What could I do for a person who is in such a critical status? I was wondering, what could I design for somebody who cannot literally show their face in relation to their work because it might kill her? Out of this question, I started a project called We Are Human Rights, where I invited 7 other designers who believe that we really can change something if we work together, and to work with me and see what we can design for those human rights defenders. In this project, we work also together with Justice and Peace and the Shelter City program, because they're hosting human rights defenders actually here in the Netherlands for an amount of 3 months when it gets too dangerous in their home country. And in this time, we connected them to designers. Out of this initial idea of bringing designers together with human rights defenders, now actually 7 design proposals are put publicly out there and are searching for supporters. Because what we did is we put 7 designers with 7 human rights defenders together and see what they can create together. Human rights defenders from, and this sometimes gets a bit difficult because a long list, from Burundi, Colombia, Mexico, Nicaragua, Sudan, Kenya, and Russia. And this long list of projects addresses so many topics. And I want to tell you about one today a bit more. The work of Dawn Lim. Dawn worked together with Francis, a human rights defender from Kenya. Francis was kidnapped by the police a few years ago. And the only reason why he's alive is because of a hashtag. The hashtag #FindSakwa. Because this hashtag got so much information and recognition online that the police, even the police, got scared of the consequences of killing him. When Dawn was working together with Francis in these 3 months, she was also wondering, what can I do? And she kept a journal, and behind me you see an illustration from the name of the journal. It was called How I Became an Ally from Not Giving a Shit. Because many of us, they say, I don't care. And in this journal, Dawn describes her journey of not particularly understanding the importance to becoming an ally of Francis. And what she's doing now is she's translating this into an online platform where she shows everybody that regardless of how much money you have or how much time you have, everybody can become a long-distance ally to human rights defenders. Because in the end, if you think about it, what she does with it is reproduce the effect of the hashtag for Francis, but then for a lot of human rights defenders. Because something as simple as sharing a hashtag can maybe even save the life of a human rights defender. In this sense, DAON creates a safety wall around the human rights defenders who often don't have the chance to get the recognition of their work. And here you see the platform. And there is another thing which we as an organization believe is that human rights is only one of the topics we're interested in. Because in the end, there's so many issues which we can work on as a global community, as creatives. But I really think that we need to work together with the experts of the field, the lawyers, the politicians, the policymakers, those who actually implement the new ideas. And I invite you all, and also the ones which are looking at home, to approach creatives on this. Don't be afraid of their scary, weird ideas, because sometimes it's crazy, but sometimes it's as crazy as, for example, saying we can criminalize ecocide, we can criminalize environmental damage. But there is something very true in this. And I was very inspired by Ottilia because she said one thing which is just because you want to have something in a way, nobody else should be harmed. Why should a product which we produce, a service which we give, harm somebody else? Why not produce it in a good way that it doesn't harm anybody? And I think really when we all work together, we can actually design a better world. So thank you very much and talk to us afterwards.